Look, I am tearing up. Look! It's a tear! It's a tear of joy!
I used to sing it, baby. Oh, come around, why don't you come around? Why don't you come around? Why don't you
good if you know me.
come around? Why don't you come around? Why don't you sing about a melody? Oh, come around, why don't you come around? Why don't you come around? Why don't you
good if you know me.
come around? Why don't you come around? Why don't you anything you want to sing about? Just sing it all out now, sing it all out. Let the world know what life's all about. Come around, why don't you come around? Why don't you
Right back at it again. It's a thing. It is a thing. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is DSP News, the unreliable ones. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newsroom and welcome to the Galtopia News Network, your unreliable source for DSP News. This is the pseudo Snort report. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with part 3 of the DMCA saga as we're plugging through this. Excuse me. I'm sure by now you would already know this, but these episodes are going to actually come out, at least some of them, until we get to the conclusion of all this. You'll get 2 videos a day, basically. So you'll get the raw, uncut bacon, the raw, uncut pork specimen early in the day, and then later in the day is when I actually will carve it up and cook it for you. So it'll kind of make these videos kind of go by a little bit quicker, because there are going to be stuff developing. There are people already talking about we're going into a new saga with the situation with the disappearance of Kat, or at least the speculation of it, as well as WWE Champions is still heating up real well. There's a lot going on, kind of, sort of, depending what you make of it. Plus, I need to actually get back to the Snort report so we can get caught back up. I'd like for August and September to kind of flow well together, and as you know, SnortBucks is like literally just hammering them out, so I got a lot to do. Anyway, and you should start seeing stuff back on the second channel also soon as well. I got some long videos going over Phil lore over there too, so that'll be cool for those of you who find it. Okay, so where are we at with this? Sorry about that. We're here with DSPGaming. Let's see, banned, unbanned, false DMCA, what happened on Twitch. This is also from, or as the last few videos have been, I should say, have been from July 17th of 2020, our current year of gout. Where we last left off, sorry, for some of you may have skipped the raw product. Where we left off is Phil was allowed to go back on Twitch and did almost immediately. Despite the fact that he was collecting money, and despite all of the attention and viewership that he had on YouTube, he decided to go ahead and run back to Mama Brunel's tit, or a pseudo, we'll just go ahead and use that word for that too, a pseudo Mommy Brunel tit in Twitch, and made some threats to Super Hound, also to Twitch itself, talking about if this doesn't get resolved in like 24 hours, he would leave, so on and so forth. Pretty much, as soon as he got the notification that he was able to go back to Twitch, all of a sudden he's making all kinds of threats. All of a sudden his stock has risen, if you will, and now all the control was back in his hands. Another interesting tick in his psychopathy, that when he has no options, we beg, we plead, we do all of this, but once, you know, everything starts kind of turning his way, or once the face cards are in his favor, if you will, he turns into, like most lol cows, starts to get arrogant, starts to become belligerent, and starts to get rude and disrespectful, and that's not somebody that people should support. But it is what it is. That's their own decision. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get into the broadcast at hand. Hopefully you guys are doing well, and I'll see you guys in a minute.
sing about a melody? Come around, why don't you come around? Why don't you come around? Why don't you come around? Come around, why don't you come around? Why don't you let the world know what life's all about? Come around, why don't you come around? Why don't you come around? Why don't you come around? Come around, why don't you come around? Why don't you sing about a melody? Come around, why don't you come around? Why don't you come
gentlemen,
around.
let me put everything in summary now for you so you know exactly what's going on. And I got some shout outs to do for contributions, and then I'm calling it a night because it's already 9:47 p.m. Usually I'd be long done with my streaming by now. Alright? So earlier today...
The way he prefaced this, it makes me believe that basically nothing came out of any of this, and he just ran back to Twitch so he could, in the belief that he would get more money over there? Or maybe some of the YouTube audience that was watching him prior to this would also migrate over to Twitch with him. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, but certainly not in the numbers that he had on YouTube. Semantics, though. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with DSPGaming. Banned, unbanned, and false DMCAs. What happened on Twitch? This is from July 17th of 2020, our current year of gout. Let's get it.
Out of nowhere, this channel on Twitch was taken down for a false DMCA takedown. Okay? It was down for 7.5 hours, which I was waiting for Twitch to contact me and tell me what the hell was going on. They finally responded to my request and said, it was a DMCA takedown. Therefore, file a counter DMCA claim if you want it cleared up. And if future ones happen, we may just permanently suspend your channel. Okay? To which I responded and said, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. All right? Because
now, with that being said, as they will do with someone who's a repeat offender, or with potential offenders, I should say, hey, we're letting you back on, but you do have a strike against you, and with 3 strikes, it's a wrap. Now, something interesting that I had mentioned in the last video, I think I name dropped Devin Nash, and excuse me, something that he talks about during when this DMCA situation was coming about, and people had to delete their clips and all of that, is that when you get a strike on Twitch, it doesn't go away. It doesn't expire, if that makes sense. It's not like YouTube where eventually it disappears after 90 days. When you have a strike on Twitch, it's there, and it stays there. Now keep in mind, a strike and being suspended or banned off Twitch are just 2 separate things. Like a strike over there is like a strike over here. And one of the things that content creators have been arguing for a number of years is that if you do get some type of strike on your channel on Twitch, that it should go away after a certain amount of time. The thing is with Twitch, and I kind of understand it, is that since Amazon doesn't look at Twitch as a priority, it does, if a DMCA strike or whatever the case may be, a copyright strike, whatever, hits your Twitch channel, you just got to eat it, because they're not going to go to bat for you. Theoretically, YouTube isn't supposed to go to bat for you unless you can dispute it on your own. But, you know, Susie Lou kind of shifts all that. It's interesting how the weather outside is starting to mirror my attitude now. But, well, kind of, sort of. I'm kind of jolly and whatnot. But anyway, that's kind of what the situation with Twitch is. So if you catch a strike, it's a 3-strike rule, and once you're done, it's done. Like, it is done. Not to say that it's never happened, but I haven't heard of anybody on Twitch who have caught strikes and been sent to the void, oblivion, and were able to come back. Not to say that it couldn't happen, I'm just saying I've never heard it. So that's what Phil should be worried about now, because now he's vulnerable, yet again. There isn't someone to wipe this away at the jump, which is alleged that what Twitch administrators were doing for certain high priority people. If a strike came in, they would almost dispute it and wipe it away quickly if they could. Phil doesn't have that luxury. And that, like I said, that's just a rumor too, by the way. I don't have any proof that any administrator ever did that. It's just a rumor that goes around.
What I did wrong. You never sent me a notice saying this is what's being taken down and this is what needs to be fixed. You just suspended my channel. So I can't do a counterclaim because you never responded. Plus, I have evidence that someone is messing with me and is a troll. There's someone who's been messing with my Twitter for 2 months and taking down all my profile icons and everything on Twitter, and Twitter doesn't respond to it. So already there's evidence someone's doing this. It's obviously the same person. In fact, this person tweeted earlier today.
But they're not going to... Interesting, though, that he brings that up. Because they're not going to care if someone is screwing with you on another platform that is affecting you on Twitch per se. That's your business. You need to handle that. But isn't it ironic in a lot of ways? Because didn't Twitch say in either 2018 or 2019, when they rolled out their new TOS, that anything that you do off of their platform, they can hold you, that Twitch can hold you accountable for, whether on YouTube, whether on Twitch, wherever you are. If you're a partner, I'm not sure if it's that way for affiliates, but if you're a partner on Twitch, whatever you do off of their platform is still a representation of them of Twitch, if you will, because you're an ambassador, a representative, if you will. It's funny how that doesn't work the other way around. Also, even if he was able to dispute the claim and he could get the strike removed, we've talked about this briefly, it doesn't matter because, as I said in the last video, at least I hope I did, he's still vulnerable. Like, there are a multitude of ways to hit Phil now. And now that they know that there's nobody watching his ass, he doesn't have a CO, and he literally has to go through the Twitch chain of commands like any other Twitch streamer, essentially. He's fucked. He is fucked. All you need is one person who's extremely determined, or all you need is a bunch of trolls in quick succession. And if they have burner accounts, well, obviously they're going to use burner accounts, but if they end up using burner accounts in such a way to where it seems legitimate enough and just fade into oblivion, Twitch would have to make a choice. They would have to gamble on, okay, all these claims are being made, these seem valid, do we really want to let them go because this guy right here keeps crying to us about this is his livelihood and he doesn't want to have to go back to YouTube and he loves us and he loves our streams. Even though on Twitter we have people constantly tagging us with all the different times that he has slandered the platform. And this is one of the things that I don't think has been pointed out just yet, but I'll do it now. And if it has been, then my bad. Is that there are so many clips of Phil slandering Twitch, right? In very precise ways, right? That if someone was able to compile all those clips and actually sent it to Twitch, and someone was able to word the message or the tweet or whatever in the right way, I should say, that hey, this is what one of your partners is doing on this channel. Is this really worth it? It makes you wonder what would they actually do about it if they could, if they would.
That they were aware that there was going to be some kind of a copyright issue against something. It was very, very general and not specific. But basically, I was going to have copyright troubles today. Okay? The same person who has publicly admitted that they took down my Twitter account or took pictures on my Twitter account is now saying I'm going to have copyright issues somewhere else. Gee, I wonder if they're somehow involved. Okay? So I provide all this evidence to Twitch.
And that's Twitch another thing too. You can go ahead and blame them for whatever you want on Twitter, but you still haven't resolved that stuff on Twitter. So his picture with his face on it, plus the picture of Jasper, at least at this time, is still being claimed. If Twitch went to go and look at it, they're going to be like, well, yeah, this got claimed, but he still hasn't disputed it yet. If it's troll activity, why hasn't he squared this away yet? Why hasn't Twitch or Twitter, why hasn't Twitter either addressed the situation or cleared it up? Which in a small way could kind of still validate the DMCA claim that he now has on Twitch. Well, or he did, whatever, depending on when in the future you're watching this.
Again, with the automated message saying just do a DMCA counter notice. I'm like, I can't. You didn't give me the information. Without the information of what was taken down, I can't do that. So I'm hoping they'll respond. I also demanded they escalate this to a manager because in this case it's ludicrous. It's not something that I can handle. We know there's a troll involved who's screwing with me.
Oh, okay? Poor baby. There's a troll involved and I can't handle this. Please help. Help! Who the fuck are you to make demands? Like, yet again, this is not an independent contractor, ladies and gentlemen. This is a worker. And in a work environment with a bunch of other workers. Some of them have more priorities than others. Eventually they'll get to him because eventually he got unbanned. Isn't that ominous? Eventually he ended up getting unbanned. So my thing is, if you did get unbanned eventually, right? You can't sit there and make demands on, hey, you guys need to remove this strike because of all this troll activity. Yet again, what have you presented to them yet that even proves it? Like Phil said, honestly, because Phil's literally pissing in the dark, right? He doesn't know how to dispute the DMCA claim because he doesn't know what the DMCA claims for. The problem, but another big problem is the troll activity he's going through, right? Twitch is sitting here looking at this being like, well, how much of this do we really want to deal with? You know what I'm saying? So he's kind of in a catch-22 either which way. And then him making demands, and I'm sure at this time somebody may have sent a clip or two to Twitch, the Twitch account on Twitter about, hey, this is what one of your partners is saying. What are you guys thinking about this? It doesn't look good. And this is what happens when you're too fucking emotional. You know what I'm saying? You have to kind of go with the flow of things until you get more information, or until someone can reach out to you and give you the full information. You know what I mean? Instead of being like Darksydephil and just starting to rant off, make demands, saying that if you guys don't do this, I'm leaving. I mean, a man has to stand by what he says, right? So either A, you give them, you're giving them 24 hours to get this shit all squared away, or you're going to leave the platform, or B, you're just going to go ahead and leave the platform. But see, here's the thing. How are you going to make a demand to that platform and say, if you guys don't fix this in 24 hours, I'm going to leave, and then leave the platform that you were currently on, or you were currently reduced to going to go back to them? It kind of makes you look like a whore. And like any whore, sadly, you're going to be treated any which way. That's kind of how that works. I don't know.
So in the meantime of all this happening, I did this all on live stream today, trying to figure all this out. This guy, who, again, seems like he's the one who's doing this to me, now is threatening me again, saying if I don't retract my statements and publicly apologize in the next 24 hours, saying that it was him, he claims it wasn't him, extreme measures will be taken against me, basically. So he's basically saying, oh, I didn't do this one, but I'll just do a different one to you if you don't apologize, all right?
I mean,
now,
angry wet snort, and a little bit apprehensive if you think about it. Anyway, you threaten a guy. Did he not? Did he not in the last video say that that he was threatening him and saying that I'm coming for you now? This is bullshit. You are fucking with my livelihood, and enough's enough. And now Phil's sitting here crying, saying he's threatening me again. He's threatening me again. Oh my god. It's times like this, ladies and gentlemen, at least for me, it takes me back to the John and Howard response. And Howard was right on the motherfucking money when it came to Phil's people skills and just public relations in general. Like, just he was so far ahead of the goddamn curve. It's crazy. It's crazy how far Howard was ahead of it. And I think in a lot of ways, that's why Howard went as hard as he did on that video, because he wasn't under the pig noses. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't that committed to Phil like that. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, Phil only cared about John. OJ, Howard, all the rest of those guys, man, he'd give rat's ass about that. The only person he was really worried about was John. And I think Howard was smart enough to realize, dude, like, it's not that serious. It's really not. And I think Howard, in a lot of ways, saw Phil for what he was. And I think he saw it early. And I think maybe he wanted to give him a chance. Maybe just out of human decency. Maybe for John's sake. Maybe for the sake of the brotherhood that they had out there in Connecticut. But either which way, Howard did see him for what he was. Point blank. And if it wasn't for the fact that John was still defending Phil in that response, or at least somewhat defending him, I think Howard could have gone in a lot deeper, and who knows what could have came out of that. A what-if situation, if you think about it.
now, I posted up in response to that. I said, well, if you didn't do it, then how do you know about it ahead of time? I'll retract any statements once you can prove your innocence. But you've already publicly claimed, or already said there was false DMCA takedowns against this Twitter, you know, so hard to believe that you knew about it ahead of time, and it's not you. The guy hasn't responded yet. That was 18 minutes ago. The guy hasn't responded. So he's publicly threatening me here on Twitter. All right? Publicly threatening me. Supposedly, you know, he's responsible for the takedown today. Is he or is he not? I don't know. True, I don't have concrete evidence, but being that he's the guy who did it last time, and he apparently had foregone knowledge that this was going to happen. He knew ahead of time. How did he know if it wasn't him, right? So in the meantime, there's a looming threat this guy's going to do this again, all right? At the same exact time, Twitch isn't giving me any valid answer on what to do to protect myself, or even how to do a counter DMCA claim, because I don't know what was claimed. The only thing I can think about or think of is that we were looking.
Again, this is the reason why he's the emotional bitch that he is, and we're running around threatening people. He ain't threatened Twitch, and he ain't sat there and threatened this troll. Just fucking himself over. It's amazing. It's amazing how little self-awareness this guy has. He lives daily with the proverbial monkey on his back, that people come for his neck almost every waking moment that he's alive. Well, that he breathes, that he draws breath through his snout. And you feel the need, and you felt compelled to threaten somebody? You feel the threat you feel enough gall to threaten anybody. And for what? It's been tried and true that if you want to get at Phil, you can. And I don't mean in the IRL sense. I mean, you can literally fuck with the things that he needs the most. His YouTube, his Twitch, his PayPal, his Patreon. I'm surprised no one's actually gone after his Patreon, because we live in a day and time where people get their Patreon fucked with all the time. All the time. And you would think he would be under that realization. Everything that he needs to sustain his air quotes business is readily available for anybody to mess with if they want to do it. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. If he knew better, he'd do better.
Here, alright, we were looking here on the Twitch channel, and on my Twitch channel, it appears that the chat crown badges have disappeared, but only for certain people. The sub crown badges have disappeared for certain people. Only people who are the bronze, silver, gold, and the jewel encrusted crowns, those seem to have vanished from my channel. But the 3-year and 4-year crowns are still there. So it doesn't make any sense. How is it that some are there and some
who did that belong to? Like, who did it originally belong to? Because it's been stated multitude of times that a lot of Phil's, either some of his fan art or some of his or just some of the stuff that people send to him that are fan made are probably ripped off of something else. You know what I mean? Like that's an old thing, a very, very old thing. So, I mean, is it possible that some of his sub badges were kind of modified from an existing piece of work? Probably. I mean, I think most things are a derivative of something else. You know what I mean? Like at some basic level, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And Phil's lazy, so he'll pretty much take whatever is given to him. Whether he doesn't care what work went into it, he doesn't care what care went into it. He'll just go ahead and take it and use it. Doesn't give a shit. Which is funny, because if you guys go back to 2015 with the false copyright strikes that he sustained twice, now that I think about it, because he had the Jackie Chan situation and then he had the Be Awesome One situation, you would have thought he'd be smarter. Matter of fact, he said back then, because I went over videos talking about that he wasn't going to accept fan art anymore unless he had written basically a waiver from the artist saying that, hey, they're signing over legal consent to use that fan art, which is absolutely ridiculous, by the way. Oh well, semantics, right?
Why didn't I get a notice? What the hell is going on? So basically two things. Number one, I need Twitch to actually escalate this to their management to review the situation, to see this guy is threatening me, and to basically stop this nonsense and don't allow him to take down.
You threatened him too, so theoretically they should take action against you as well. And you went ahead and threatened them as you threatened Twitch itself, so theoretically there should be some type of disciplinary action for that as well. Think about what you're saying, Phil.
Crap with false DMCA takedowns. At the same time, we got to figure out who the fuck this guy is who's threatening me publicly. I don't know how we could do that, but somehow we have to figure out who this guy is.
So now you're looking to dox too? Oh shit, Phil! Holy shit! So you threaten this guy, you threaten Twitch. Now you're saying, now you're demanding Twitch to escalate your particular case up to upper management, like they have any incentive to do that. And now you're publicly basically trying to get the information of someone who threatened you, who made threats to you on Twitter when you threatened them as well. Yeah, this sounds really smart, Phil. This sounds really fucking smart.
He's doing is completely and utterly illegal. It is. It's 100% illegal what he's doing, and it's disgusting.
And just for the record, when he made that threat to Superhound, he did it on YouTube. He did that on YouTube, but YouTube's not going to do anything to him, which is the reason why he threatened him there, and he didn't threaten them on Twitch. But going back to what I said originally, remember in Twitch's TOS, that hey, anything that you do off of our platform is still a representation of us on this platform. Just something to think about, but Twitch isn't going to follow through.
You know, it is. It's disgusting that now somehow I'm getting publicly threatened by someone who I don't know who they are, you know. Now he posted, says maybe I'm lying. And now he's saying maybe I temporarily disabled my channel to bait donations. This is the same guy who earlier
That's
today...
That's kind of funny. I'm not saying that that's actually valid, but it's kind of funny. That's pretty funny.
Posted up. I think my friend Shayna may be contacting They Call Me DSP later this evening, apparently due to copyright issues. And now he says, I think he's lying. The guy's full of shit. Okay?
Coming from another individual who's full of shit. Imagine that.
Have foreknowledge that a strike is coming, and then not know about it, and then now say that I faked it, even though you knew the strike was coming earlier. Like, it's all on your timeline, dude. All right.
Didn't you threaten Tevin? Didn't you threaten Tevin on what was that, Halloween of 2018, saying that something was going to happen to him, and you didn't know by who, and you didn't know when, but you knew something was going to happen, and then eventually, I guess that's when. I think that's when. No, I feel like. Yeah, that was 2018. I think Tevin was still on Twitch at that time. I think. Yeah, I think. I don't think Tevin got knocked off of Twitch just yet. Matter of fact, give me a minute to look that up, and I'll see you guys in a second.
Timeline. You're caught the fuck out. So, what we need is Twitch management to get involved. Seriously. We need Twitch management to get involved, and we need them to say, okay, this is a false claim. It shouldn't have been stricken down to begin with, and we need to protect Phil from future false claims because this is ludicrous. And if it really was the chat crowns, that's so bad, because those chat crowns have been on my stream for 3 years. They were made by my moderator, Popsicolo, and they're our legal property. There's no way anyone could prove otherwise. So it just means that they, once again, failed. One of these companies, first it's Twitter, now it's Twitch, failing to protect the content creators from falsities because they don't have any real review process. There was no way anyone could have provided evidence that they owned the chat crowns. So apparently no one really truly reviewed it, or someone who did is incompetent at their job. It's one or the other, right? So I don't know what to do. I told you guys, if Twitch doesn't take this seriously, I might have to leave Twitch and do something else, whether it's stream on YouTube or stream on another company. You know, but I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. I don't want to go somewhere else. I want to stay here. I want to stay on Twitch. I like streaming on Twitch. All right? I want to stay here. And I hope you guys know that I like being here. I appreciate your support, but this may be an extreme measure. What if tomorrow the whole channel gets taken down again for another false takedown request? All right, my bad. Right?
Okay, so I was right that Phil made the threat to Tevin on October 31st of 2018, but Phil actually had Tevin knocked off of Twitch August 2nd of 2018, or at least that's when Tevin made his video about it. So basically, almost 3 months prior. And yet, Phil still threatened Tevin again, saying that something was going to happen to him. Even after he already had him bumped off the site. Think about that. Excuse me. Think about that. That's wild. I didn't really think about it like that. I thought the timeline was the other way around. But right here it says my Twitch got permabanned August 2nd of 2018. Holy shit.
Right now what I'm doing is I'm screen capping the guy's Twitter feed, you know, just to show what he's saying so that there's evidence of this after the fact in case he decides to delete it. So I'm screen capping all of it right now. And
actually, I'm glad that he's actually saying that, because it's been suspected I know I've suspected it, that he's done this before to people on Detractor Twitter and probably on Kiwi Farms as well, to present to Twitch and maybe even YouTube at times, saying, I'm being bullied, look at what they're saying about me. Yeah. So keep in mind, our boomer here is trying really, really hard to catch up to the trolling that already rules his life.
So,
or allegedly ruined his life, I should say.
This is there now. Even if he deletes it, it's still there, and you'll be able to find it. Okay. So here's the thing. Let's do shout outs.
I mean, you could have pulled it off Kiwi Farms. You're over there enough times that you could have seen it.
Just talk about the future, so you guys know what's going on tomorrow, and we'll go from there. All right. So let's do shout outs because there's a ton of them here. I don't even know where to start. Okay. Muse89 resubscribed for 3 months. I'm glad you're back, Phil. Jerry Jinx subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Jerry Jinx.
Now, I want you to think about this for a minute. This piece of shit makes threats, empty threats, by the way, but threats nonetheless. He makes empty threats on YouTube, then goes over to Twitch and plays victim. And that right there, this doesn't seem somewhat planned and or orchestrated? Really? Just saying.
The crown badges were posted anywhere else publicly, someone who wasn't you could find them. No, they weren't. They were only between me and Popsicolo. There's no other way anyone could get them ahead of time. And I can tell you this, that this person isn't that smart.
Where did Popsicolo get them?
To try to implement that, all they do is they link it somewhere else, and somehow these companies believe them. For example, my Twitter account had a selfie from my cell phone. The moment I took the selfie, I uploaded it to the Twitter account. It didn't exist anywhere but my Twitter. Twitter took down the selfie, citing that the guy had said that it was his content somewhere else. So they don't review it. They just take it down because they're idiots. Eden to me $1 says, don't you have a direct line to Twitch anymore? No. That's what I told you guys earlier. My direct line to Twitch apparently, I guess, is defunct or doesn't work there anymore. Or it's just not a valid contact anymore. Because all day I've been logging in, alright? All day I've been logging in to my old Discord from years ago that I only used to talk to this one effing guy. And he has not been online all day. I haven't talked to him.
That same Twitch account, that same Discord account that Twitch assigned to him, by the way. Keep that in mind.
That in 1.5 to 2 years was the last time that I talked to the guy. So I don't think it's valid anymore.
You said it was like 2.5 years. The devil's in the Snorts, ladies and gentlemen.
His profile picture is gone from the account. I don't think he's valid, and they never provided me with a new contact. So I have no contact at Twitch now to talk to anymore. Even though I'm a partner, apparently they did away with that whole system.
You're not a priority though. partner, sure, but you're not a priority, obviously. And now you know what it feels like to actually be out there butt naked and and take whatever that comes at you. Yikes. Which, ladies and gentlemen, this should be a general case study, in some ways, on exactly how and why, in some ways, Twitch prioritizes certain people over others, even if you're partners. Even if you're partners. And on YouTube as well. There are plenty of people on YouTube who have the little blue check mark or white check mark or whatever and get fucked. Just like on Twitter. Plenty of people with a blue check mark can still get fucked. I think this is something that we need to understand, that I think it should be said that having a verification check mark next to your name, which is all it really means, doesn't really mean jack shit anymore. I debated ever did.
I'm assuming. No, yeah, it's dead. I told you, it's idle. It's an idle, defunct account. So no contact and no way to talk to Twitch directly about anything, apparently. Okay.
You mean except through the logs and the email exchange? But no way to contact Twitch at all, though. Keep that in mind.
All right. Continuing. Timbo Slice Series, I just advised clips. Other streamers did the same thing to prevent copyright stuff. More so, you wanted all videos gone. Realize you might have overlooked clips. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. No, I appreciate you did that because I think that will help. Also, this Kaboom cheers. I'm going to cheer what was going to cheer before.
You're gonna.
Why on?
You're considering on getting rid of clips if he dips it. I mean, he doesn't play copyrighted music in anything, so I don't know. Let's see how that plays out. But he doesn't play any copyrighted music in anything. That's why most of his playthroughs are garbage, because he won't play any of the music because he's afraid it's going to get struck on YouTube, which is ironic because YouTube's supposed to be an archive. So why would he care about if a couple of parts of a playthrough get screwed over because of copyrighted music? It's just an archive.
Every game of every console generation, do they look so good? The graphics in Ghost of Tsushima are beautiful. Like, it's because it's the end of the console generation, so they can do the best, right? they can do the best with that last game of the console generation or whatever. All right.
That's a pretty stupid claim, being that they've probably been developing it for the majority of the console generation. It's not like, oh, now that we're at the end of it, hey, we can do the best we can. I'm sure it probably just took a long time to develop it. But you don't give a shit about games, so why would you care about that detail? Semantics.
RPG fan cheers. What's more broken, Twitch's system or the netcoded Street Fighter? Take your pick. I don't know if one's worse than the other. Jay Bowler did a 1,000-bit cheer and said, "I've been with you for a long time, loyal follower, and I hope you get this resolved soon. And you break the person in half." I don't want to break the person in half. I just want it to stop. I just want to do my thing. Now, yet again,
on YouTube, we're making all these threats about I'm coming after you, I'm going to get you, but now on Twitch, we straight bitch. Now we're on Twitch, we're straight bitch. Really disgusting display, Phil. Real disgusting. Really, really disgusting display.
Be harassed by some fucking asshole online who no one will take action on. All these companies believe him without checking, and no one will take action against this guy. RBG fan cheers says, walk into Twitch headquarters, put the CEO in a headlock. No, I'm not doing that. Also, this Caboose said, Facebook gaming's the way to go. Yeah, right. Dixon McEaster took me $5, so welcome back.
If Twitch and YouTube gaming ever makes a merger, you might want to just keep his options open. And I think I said that in the last video, but it could happen one day. It very well could. One could absorb the other.
Thank you. Probably Dixon, so it's probably some fucking stupid thing that they made me say on stream or something. Carlton Jr. cheered. He said, if you do decide to leave, I do a thorough research on their DMCA system beforehand. It seems like most social media type sites handle them the same way. Darkside Chris tipped me $10. Said, I'm really sorry about what's happening. Hope everything works out the right way. Thank you, Darkside Chris. I hope so too. Because I want to keep being a streamer. I don't know what the fuck is going on or what I'm supposed to do to defend myself at this point. Only Eyes Coffee gifted a bunch of subs. One to Freddie Bicardi, one to It Me Gaming, one to Y2 Cam. Excuse me, 513. One to Joman 6767, one to Hidden Chakra, and one to Navy 2K. Mr. Papavera cheers. I guess keep on pressing.
With all those DSP trizits, he would know that you can't sit there and speak and swallow at the same time. Just saying. You can ask Catherine about that. Whoops.
Coherent response, and unless a claim was verified to be legitimate, an action to take down the channel won't happen, and keep a copy of the transcripts. Only Ice Coffee did this of the Sunny Side Up 343 and then Indeed Jabs. Sunny Side Up 343 did a 100-bit cheer saying, I'm sorry this happened. I sincerely hope you can keep streaming on Twitch because in my opinion, YouTube sucks compared to Twitch in terms of features and UI. I agree. The only benefit over there is you can stream at whatever quality you want. And they'll make you
again, that benefit doesn't mean anything to him because his quality is still garbage. So who gives a shit?
And dislike bombing. That's right. Polish Fraga resubscribed for 3 months in a row. Said, time to leave Twitch. This is unacceptable. Nobody should have to put up with this. Loner tipped me $1.30. He said, put the vest back on. No, I took it off for a reason. I was overheated, and I already had to do so much shit. I just said, screw it. But thank you guys for the support.
What about
today.
The money that you're still getting and that supposedly is supposed to go to the vest streak? Now that I think about it, we're at $250, right? So doesn't that mean that we should actually be at vest streak 191, theoretically? But then again, with most of those fraudulent nights that they hit the vest streak anyway, maybe it balances itself out. Maybe.
Awesomeness Kaboom Cheers said he did answer, and I just said what he said. That basically now he's saying that I'm a faker and I made up the whole thing. Yeah, fucking right. You said earlier today.
That is really, really hilarious. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that there's any credence to any of that. What I did say, though, is, in the last broadcast, I believe, is that it's very, very interesting how he sat there and tried his hardest to equate his situation to Dr. Disrespect, to not only interject himself into the Dr. Disrespect situation, pretty much from Jump Street, but also to try to associate himself with the same peril that Dr. Disrespect is in. It's really, really interesting that he's been doing that, and how he stuck to it up until the point that he got struck off of Twitch. But I'm not saying that Phil faked it. It's quite the risk, to be honest. It's quite the risk. And I just don't think Phil... I doubt his intellect enough to think that he could have planned out something like that to that particular point. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, you don't ever underestimate people. You never underestimate people. Even the most intellectually deficient individual can be crafty at times. So I'll just put that out there, but I'm not saying that Phil was able to do that.
You said earlier today that you were doing it, or that you knew about it, and now you're claiming I made it up, even though you knew about it ahead of time.
Interesting,
right.
Too, that yet again, now that that has been brought up, you're saying that he threatened you early on with this, and then all of a sudden you take this information during your first stream, and then all of a sudden it actually happens. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Phil hears the initial threat, starts his stream and plays for the first hour, and then essentially he goes down. It kind of, and yet again, if you think about it, for the 7 hours plus that he was down, he made a shitload of money that day, got a bunch of views on YouTube, certainly, and whatnot. On Twitch, it dwindled, but on YouTube, he certainly got a shitload of views, and yet again, he's injected himself into the same type of peril, at least as the way he sees it. He's injected himself to the same type of peril and persecution that Dr. Disrespect has. For him, it's a good day, because either way, he's still prospering. He's getting all the attention that he wants, plus he's getting paid exorbitant. Well, I wouldn't say exorbitant, but he's getting paid a lot more money than he would have made that day. I don't know. I'm not saying anything about anything, but whatever.
Sunny side up cheer to gain said, this means in the future, all art on your channels like backgrounds and emotes and crowns will need to go away. I don't know. I've never heard of a chat crown, like a fucking emote crown being claimed. That's why I need Twitch to answer me on what apparently happened, right? You see what I mean? Like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do at all to protect myself. I don't know. I have no clue what's going on. And it seems like until Twitch gives me a legit answer, I don't know what else I could possibly do with this situation. It doesn't even seem to me like there's anything I can do at all.
Except make empty threats, right? Right. I
don't even know now where to go, because now I had to restart my computer because OBS crashed because of all this shit that I was doing today. And now
I don't even... When's the last time you updated your computer? At least the software, anyway. When's the last time you updated OBS? When's the last time you updated anything? But this is Mr. I don't want to upgrade to Windows 10 because I don't want all my settings to get messed up. Okay, gotcha. You do realize that when some of that stuff crashes, Phil, that you're going to have to go back in and readjust some of those settings, right? Right?
Know how to get back to where I was to see the status, because there's a status area where you can go, and that status area lets you see the status of your claim or whatever. I can't even see it now. It's gone. It's completely gone. I don't know where it was. So I can't even go to it to see where the hell it was and figure it out. Like, what's the status? Did they update it or close it? I can't see it. I don't know where the fuck that is. It was a different page that only popped up when you're suspended. It pops up, just click here to find out about our DMCA policy and all that, and now it's gone. I don't know where the fuck it is.
One, let's be honest, Phil, you're not suspended anymore. Two, if you thought that was going to be important to you, why didn't you screenshot it? So you can go around and screenshot troll. You can go around and screenshot troll tweets, but you can't bookmark or take a screenshot of a page as it pertains to DMCA claims on something that you don't know about and you're actively trying to get out of Twitch. What you got DMCA claimed for and how to resolve it. Oh, that sounds like the priorities of a businessman, don't it?
Noah Taylor Cheese, I'm trying to report this guy on Twitter and get him banned. I mean, it won't matter. He just makes another one anyway. The guy's had 20 accounts banned and he just comes right back, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, and yeah, Noah Taylor, I can block him on Twitter, but then I can't see his threats. I can't see his threats that I need as evidence. You know, I need evidence of the shit that the guy's saying, so that if shit happens, I can say, look, this guy's been threatening me all day or whatever, you know?
He'll just turn around and say it was all bait. You're stupid, Phil. You're just really dumb. I'm actively engaging in his trolling and with his threats because I need it as evidence. So, why... Well, Mr. Brunel, why wouldn't... Is it possible that he's just messing around with you? He's messing around with my livelihood, Angry Snort. And so, I needed to keep compiling evidence on him. So, you're actively engaging with the troll that's supposedly trying to fuck with your life. Yes. And you don't think there's something wrong with that? Maybe you should be disengaging yourself from the situation? Well, then how am I going to get his tweets? Well, Phil, how else do you usually get your information about people that you got blocked? And then that's when the flashlight comes on. So, in actuality, the claim could be made that Phil is actually antagonizing this individual. Just something to think about.
This is what's going on, right?
And given what he said about Superhound on YouTube before he came back to Twitch and played victim, it kind of falls into that scenario.
Okay. Let's see. Awesomeness Kaboom Cheers said, always wear a condom to protect yourself. That's what I do. Sunny Side Up Cheers said, why are copyright systems so broken on the internet?
What's the point of him wearing a condom if he's not going to use it?
Systems are automated by bots, especially on sites like Twitter. Can you not even update your profile with pics anymore? I can, and they'll just be taken down again, because that's what happened. Someone said to me, oh, then don't use pictures someone drew, use a selfie, and I did, and it still got taken down. There's no point. Whatever I put up is going to get taken down again. They found the exploit in the system, and they're not fixing the system, so there's no point. Last Rainbow says you can browse his tweets through a browser without logging in, so block him. Yeah, you really am going to do this a million fucking times, log in from different places and shit?
You don't have to log in. Just go incognito. Or whatever.
So, guys, so here's the deal now. I'm going to finish.
Like I said, he's literally fucking over his own point, if you think about it. Like, this whole situation with not blocking Superhound, and essentially what he's doing is antagonizing him. He's kind of screwing up his own point if someone was really, really willing to look at it with a point of clarity. It's like, well, you didn't block this guy, and this guy's supposedly making threats to you, and you said that you kept engaging him because you kept trying to compile evidence. It's almost like a weird type of version of entrapment. Kind of, sort of. And even then, it doesn't seem like Superhound's biting. Or at least not completely, anyway.
I'm going to upload some videos. I'm not going to upload gameplay today. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. There's no fucking point in uploading the gameplay today, to be honest. What I'm going to do, I'm going to upload... Let's see. I don't need to upload
You're going to upload all this drama footage. That's what you end up doing. Which got him the most views probably since the beginning of Last of Us 2. Just to give you guys an idea of how dead his channel is.
Already went live on YouTube. That's the one that was archived on YouTube. That one's already live. So that one I can delete. What's this one? This is the other one I did. So these are the two live YouTube live streams that I did earlier today. Those already are live on YouTube. You could watch those. I'm checking right now. Yeah, they're already there. They're live. So I'll delete that one.
And so how many ads did you have on each one of those? Just asking.
Just these two streams from tonight, looking at Twitch and determining what was falsely claimed or whatever. All right. And then tomorrow, all right, tomorrow, we're going to attempt to stream gameplay like I was supposed to fucking do today. All right. We're going to try to go back to how things were. We're going to try to get shit back on track. It's going to be Ghost of Tsushima on the first stream, and it's going to be Paper Mario and the Origami King on the late stream, all right? I hope that the streams go through. Even if this guy's putting in false shit, hopefully it takes a while for the false shit to go through. Hopefully Twitch will legitimately look at the situation and contact me behind the scenes and say, you know, okay, He
really needs to stop saying behind the scenes and just say directly. they're going to directly contact me so we can resolve the situation. Because by him saying behind the scenes, it almost makes it sound like he's actually a performer of some type, and he's not. He's an e-beggar. He legit, as I've been pushing this narrative, all he does is just beg. That's what he does for a living. That's it. All he does is beg. That's all that's all that his partnership contract really allows him to do, is just beg. That's it. They're not paying. He's not in a big money contract. He's not even in a small money contract. Usually, he has to show up to Twitch and beg, and that's how he gets paid. He's not getting guaranteed money. And if you think about it that way, ladies and gentlemen, do you really think he's a priority to Twitch? If you really think about it? We're talking about an individual who can't even get 1,000 subs. And even if he was, it'd be gifted, and there's not even 1,000 people to accept those 1,000 subs. You don't think Twitch don't see that?
Aha! Yep. I can tell you right now, apparently it was the sub badges. Ninstar Rune figured it out. Yep. If you can believe it, the DMCA is the sub badges. That apparently this guy is trying to say the sub badges were stolen when they're not. They were made by my moderator. Okay? So someone posted up and lied. And basically said that these crowns were their property when they weren't. Yeah.
You're still wasting your time, because until you hear directly from Twitch, that's just speculation. That's hearsay. You're just grasping onto anything you can, right? Phil might as well just go ahead and just nuke the whole goddamn channel. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when I mean nuke it, I mean nuke everything off of it and then start from scratch. You might as well, at least at this point.
And more than likely, this Super Hound guy, alright, people in stream chat have the bronze badge. No, they don't. Not in my stream chat. The only ones that I see here are the 3-year and the 4-year, and those are different. The 3-year and the 4-year are the ones that look like regal crowns, the ones that are rounded or whatever. The regular crowns that are just like this, all are gone. You notice that? So that's what I think it is. I think if you can believe it, it's the sub badges, right? I think so. And that's exactly what it was. As screwed up as this is, right?
It sounds to me like someone who's just desperate to try to cling on to whatever they can. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? This thing right here, he does that. When he does this makes no sense. Why the fuck are you picking at your beard, first off? But why are you picking at your beard with your arm like this? Like, what is this? Makes a good make a good screenshot though. But what the fuck is this? Alright.
Whoa,
that was
Beesbot's...
I'll let it go. Fuck it. I'll let it go.
Because he has his crown. You do have your crown. Why?
Maybe because you're stupid and you don't know what you're talking about. It's you know, just throwing it out there. Since we're just grasping at answers.
Tier 2 or tier 3 stuck around? I don't know.
And stop.
I don't even have the
bold spot.
ability to change those. I don't. The tier 2 or tier 3 stay, so that's a loophole. That's an actual, must be an actual loophole of Twitch. Because, yeah. That must be an actual loophole of
Phil,
Twitch.
stop. You said you tried to pull the same shit in the last video and you didn't know what you were talking about. Stop. Jesus Christ, stop. You're terrible at speculating about things. Just stop. Until you have some concrete evidence to work off of, then spin your conspiracy theories. You're not very good at speculating. I don't care how much content you've seen from either Theo, Tevin, LSB, James the Lesser, myself, Agent Proper, or whoever else, you're not good at speculating about shit. Please stop. Please stop.
Because
if you're gonna do it, at least make it entertaining. Just don't just start pulling shit out your ass because it's the first thing you see in front of you. Please stop.
Though they've been deleted, you know, taking a look, they've been deleted. So what happened was, Popsicolo designed these years ago. He probably found someone who posted them on the internet. Maybe someone stole them, or maybe
see what I told you. You guys, okay? Here's the thing: when it comes to not exactly Theo theories or whatnot, or hypothetical hypothetical pignosis is a little bit different, but whatever. If you think that some of my speculations are a bit out there, and I've had some zingers, I've had some reaches, for sure, I can take that. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. At the end of the day, I'm having a good time with it, and at the end of the day, you take with it whatever you take with it. But Jesus Christ, he just told us that those sub badges were not stolen. They didn't belong to anybody previous. His mod made that, which I think is Popsicolo. Now he's saying, well, maybe my mod, he might have found it online previously. He might have taken it and modified it, or someone is yada yada yada. You see what I'm saying? This is the reason why he shouldn't speculate on shit. This is the reason why he shouldn't talk out of his ass about stuff, because he always ends up coming around, right, to contradict it later. Usually within the same paragraph, if not certainly within minutes of stating it. You're just making yourself look stupid because you're talking yourself into circles. Just stop. Until you have verified information, just shut the fuck up. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the same thing he says about the tractors. Oh, it's all speculation, it's all hearsay, it doesn't have any value to it. If you want the actual information, you come to me. Don't listen to the detractors. Look at what the fuck he's doing. Does he not wonder why people go to detractors? One, it's more entertaining, and two, more often than not, it's correct. I'm just saying. It's not a bunch of just dead weight potato heads over there. Like, we're built differently over here. Holy shit, Phil.
Generic thing, it's generic enough that another one looks very similar, okay? And someone posted that up and said, oh, it's my legal property, and it was more than likely it was the Superhound Media guy, all right? Or else how the hell would he have the foreknowledge that this was happening, right? How would he know? He wouldn't. The truth is, he would not know. Unless it was him or he was involved in it, there's no way he would have known that a false claim came through for my emotes. It's impossible that he would know that, right?
Now, wait a second. He just said that a false claim was coming through on you. He didn't exactly state what it was going to be for. But let's go back to 2018 yet again. October of 2018, when he said that Tevin was going to get what's coming to him and that he had no involvement with it whatsoever, but it's coming. How would Phil know any of that if he wasn't involved? And Phil even said, because people questioned him on it in the days and weeks afterwards, well, what do you know, Phil? What do you know? I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I'm just saying, you know, it's coming. He's played around with me and other people too long, and people are getting tired of it. Well, how do you know that, Phil? Well, people have come to me and said that we're going to take action on your behalf because we're tired of the shit that he gets away with. But Phil, you just told us that you don't actually know, or you're not involved in that situation. I'm not involved. People just came and told me this stuff. Really, Phil? Really? Come on, man.
So that's fucked up, you know? And now, I guess I can't use them anymore. We're just going to use the generic stars. There's nothing I can do about that right now. I'm just going to leave it blank, I guess.
Couldn't you commission someone else to make more stuff? Sorry, everybody does everything for free over there. Couldn't you ask someone to just make you new ones? Just saying. If they could sit around and watch you stream all day for like 8 hours, I would assume as they're watching you stream, they could put something together for you. No, I'm not saying they could do it in 8 hours. I'm just saying, you know, he could put the word out for that.
You know, I'm just going to leave it
stop
blank.
Picking at your face, man. Jesus Christ, that's disgusting.
And until we can get this resolved, I don't know how we can get it resolved. It seems like this guy could claim anything, right? I never got. The thing that sucks, I really didn't
That's another
get
thing
email.
too. For someone who has said publicly that he doesn't bathe every day, I don't have a whole lot of confidence that he washes his hands or his face. But yet he has this compulsion to pick at his face. Jesus Christ, Phil, that's disgusting. And he's talked about how disgusting his controllers are. How the buttons stick, how the directional pad kind of gets gunked up every once in a while, and everything like that, which gives you an idea of how nasty of an individual he is. And yet you're going to go ahead and mess with your face like that. Yikes.
Nothing. I got nothing from Twitch at all to tell me that I had an issue. In fact, I'm going to check one last time from where I get my emails for Twitch. Here it is, spam. I'm looking at my spam folder. Nothing. Well, it fucked up. Hold on. Now I see nothing. And that's it. All there is spam in my inbox, and I got nothing in my inbox. Twitch never sent me an email to notify me anything about it. So that, you know.
Bitwave.tv. Sorry about that. That's been nagging at me for a little bit too on the other platform that's Heaven streaming on. Bitwave.tv. Sorry about that. Jesus Christ.
There's no way for me to confirm or deny what was going on. Yeah, Yukimura Sanada said at this point your body will be copyright claimed. You're right. So here's what I can do. We're not going to put up crowns for now. We're going to leave the crowns down. We're not going to archive clips. We're not going to archive videos. We're going to leave everything as it is right now. Because apparently right now we're fine. I don't think those regal crowns or whatever can be claimed because they're different from the other crowns. So I think we're all right. We're just going to leave everything as it is. I apologize. I know it looks like shit with the stars. All right? There's nothing I can do about that. Nothing. We're going to leave it as is. I'd much rather be able to stream daily than worry about these stupid stars and shit. Okay? So we just got to leave it as it is right now. Fair enough? Let's see what happens. Can this guy try to do more false claims against me and shit? I don't know. What I'm going to have to start doing, I guess. Should I not even pull up fan art? You know what I mean? Like, should I completely abolish the whole pre-stream fan art and just do the PS4 dashboard with text tomorrow? This is just bullshit. You know?
So we're going to get to see the rocking back and forth, or he's going to jerk off on stream again. Wow, that's going to be great. Quality content, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, they can't get me for the music because the music's ridiculous. It's YouTube video stuff of my voice. How are they going to fucking do it, right? I don't know. Anyway, let's just finish with shoutouts. We'll end for today. I'm going to try to stream tomorrow normally, although it looks like I might not be able to run fan art. And we're just going to leave everything as is. I'm not going to use new chat crown badges or nothing, right? I'm just going to leave it as is.
This idiot legit could have just stayed on YouTube and done all this. What was the point of going back to Twitch right away? If you really think about it.
Alright. So. Let's see here. Adult Turtle says,
Look at
I missed
all the
a bunch
places too that he's picking at on his beard. And that's all, and each one of the places are where the patches are at. Or it's thinning out, I should say. Jesus Christ, Phil. Anyway.
I don't care. It's too late. There's so much coming in. You guys know how chaotic it is. I apologize, but I can't control that. Only Ice Coffee give it a sub to Abba Show. Congratulations, Abba Show. Last Rambo says, how many subs do I have now? I don't even know if it's accurate. It's claiming I have 742 subs on my page. That doesn't mean it's accurate. It could be wrong. But I think I have that many as of now. Abisho says, cheers. Big ups to Only Ice Coffee for giving a sub. Thanks very much and congrats. Only Ice Coffee giving a sub to Diligent Doge. Also, Mr. Kaboom Cheers said, what are you doing for Sunday for Microsoft? There's nothing on Sunday for Microsoft. The Microsoft thing's Thursday. And like I said, what I'm going to do is do it before. I'm going to get up early, watch, do a reaction stream, and then stream after if I can. The guy who plays games resubscribed for 8 months. Spartan King Cheers says, there are bronze badges that say tier 2. Alright, we already talked about that. Papa Vera Cheers said, Twitch didn't even bother to confirm that. I know it would be hard to prove what artist who's, but a simple query would take all of 5 minutes. It could fix all that in half a day. That's right. Timbo Slice cheered and said, maybe insurance will pay for people's missing crowns. Brian Whitaker to me $5 says, sorry to hear about this cock and balls bullshit you're going through. Remember, at loads, you can only go up from there. Sincerely, Brian Whitaker. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that. Internet famous McCroy gifted a sub to Petulant Steven. Congrats. Frog and Streets, I think the DMCA problems are a problem with the DMCA system itself and not the individual websites. That's why it's shitty on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. They'll have to follow the same rules as the DMCA law states. The law needs to be updated and changed. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all. I think that they're just protecting their own ass from litigation. They don't want to get sued rather than caring about actually doing the right thing, because if they actually had a human review every case, this wouldn't happen. That's the problem.
I thought you said that Twitch does have humans reviewing the case, and that's what made them leaps and bounds better than YouTube, which is just an automated system. Yet again, talking out of your ass, trying to big up Twitch, and look at how you still got fucked.
Okay, or if they do, not a very well-trained human, because if a well-trained human looked at a generic emote like the ones I use on my channel and believed that it was stolen from someone fucking else, that's ludicrous nonsense. It's ludicrous nonsense. Noah Taylor cheered and said,
"You're still wanting someone to give you the benefit of the doubt instead of being objective about what the situation is. You're still kind of shooting yourself in the foot. He legit wants favoritism because he's a partner. He's a partner channel on Twitch instead of actually having someone look at it objectively, which would only screw him in the end. Hence the reason why he's at where he's at now. Twitch is going to look at the situation, whether automated or not, and be like, okay, this is what the situation is. This is what the claim comes in. Looks legit. Click." And then they gave him a chance to dispute it. So they're giving him a chance to try to box his way out of the corner or box his way off the ropes. Somewhat.
When I turned off my phone, when I turned it back on, it was a crown. Well, we'll see what happens. Ken Kula to me $1 said, why don't you commission pieces of art for your pre-stream, then you own the content? I do own the content on my pre-stream. The people that send it to me gave me permission. Like, you see what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. The selfies I use on Twitter get claimed. The fucking chat crowns that were made by my fucking moderator get claimed anyway. It doesn't matter what I have evidence of anything. They still take it down. It's broken. Mature adult cheers and enjoy $13. Hope you can put it towards something good. Okay, I don't know what the hell that means, but thank you. Also, this Kaboom cheers is the only way to deal with this is go one-on-one with The Undertaker. Alright, guys. I'm tired. So here's the deal. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to stream normally. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try to stream normally. Ghost of Tsushima on the first stream, and Paper Mario, which I was supposed to play tonight, the premiere, I'm going to try to do on the late stream. Okay? Okay? So, that's it for now. Thanks for supporting me today. Thanks for putting up with all this bullshit. Thank you to everyone who contributed. I mean, amazing contributions today. So obviously it makes up for not streaming. I'm just frustrated. I wanted to play the fucking games. And what's going to happen tomorrow? It could happen again. It could literally happen again tomorrow, and I have no defense. Twitch needs to step up, escalate this to a manager, and get this fixed. Not ignore the problem and send me form letter fucking response emails, right, that are bullshit, that they're not going to take it seriously. Alright, guys. So that's it. Thank you. And I'm going to adjourn for the night. I'm going to upload these 2 videos from Twitch to DSPGaming right now so people know what's going on. And then tomorrow I'm going to attempt to play gameplay. I'm not uploading any gameplay. Like I said, I do have 1 video of Ghost of Tsushima. I'm just going to save it for tomorrow. I'm going to try to upload everything tomorrow. Alright?
And the reason why that is probably because he put up all the drama videos that day, and all the views and everything funneled in for that, so he didn't want to kill the vibe. He didn't want Ghost of Tsushima. Is it Tsushima? Yeah. I think he didn't want his very first playthrough of Ghost of Tsushima to get caught up in the shuffle, because everybody wants the drama. No one wants any gameplay. So he knew what he was doing.
All right, guys. Thank you for your support again. I appreciate it. I'm
My
sorry
bad, not
this happened.
Tsushima. Sorry.
This is terrible. terrible bullshit, and I hope it doesn't happen again tomorrow. I seriously hope that someone is going to, you know, escalate this at Twitch, and that this thing will be solved, because it needs to be solved. It has
If not,
to
you're
be
going to leave in
solved.
24 hours. Remember, like how you threatened them on YouTube?
It cannot be let alone and have people getting me false strike, and shutting me down for 7.5 hours, and now I can't work today because of it. Okay? Alright, guys. Thank you.
Now that I can't work, despite the fact that you've been begging all day, which is your work, and you've been getting paid for it, plus you're getting quite the short-term resurgence from all the drama videos that you put up that day, which brought quite a bit of attention to you.
Appreciate your support. I'll see you all in the AM. Later. I'll tweet up the schedule so you guys know what's going on. Alright. Thanks, guys.
What a cuck. What an absolute cuck. Jesus Christ. Alright, so is that the end of that's pretty sure that's the end of that. He doesn't have any jump snorts or anything like that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, give me a chance to go ahead and square up, and I will see you guys for final thoughts. Yikes. Take a sip. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so what do we take away from this particular situation? So, coming off of the last broadcast, as you know, he made his threats to Superhound and to Twitch, then runs over to Twitch and plays bitch, and basically plays victim, saying that, you know, I need help, this needs to be resolved, trying to figure out exactly what it is that was actually DMCA claimed, what people initially brought out to him and asked, and was like, hey, it possibly could be this. He said, no, my mod made this, there's no way that's possible, only to, in a few minutes later, circle right back around and say, well, I guess it was this, they may have taken this from another source, to where it's still close enough to the original, and that's what screwed me. Stupidity at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute stupidity at its finest. I think one of the major takeaways, yet again, is the fact that it's literally like throwing a pig out in the middle of the ocean, knowing that it's shark-infested waters, and it can't do anything. And there's no life preserver, there is no lifesaver that's keeping this pig afloat. It's literally fucked. Proper fucked. That's the first thing. Secondly, he's not handling this properly. You making these threats, you making these demands and all this shit is not helping you. You're only literally fucking yourself over. Whether it's by Twitch, because they don't like the attitude that you're displaying, or opening yourself up to what detractors, trolls, haters, and critics can end up pointing out about your situation later, or what they can end up doing to you later. If he knew better, he'd do better. And he don't know jack shit. So you making all these speculations and everything, and then having to come back around and correct them is not a good look. It makes you look incompetent. It really does. This, ladies and gentlemen, this is what short-term thinking is. This is exactly what short-term thinking is. He's so desperate right now that he'll literally grasp at whatever he can. He'll defend it first, and then he'll come around and admit it otherwise, because he just doesn't remember. Because he don't really care. He just needs something to feed to the idiots, to the cult, to the kids, to the wheelchair symbols. He just needs to just have something in hoof to keep feeding them. And that's how he makes his money. And that's just fear-mongering and begging, to be honest. There's no value in that. There's no substance to that. It is what it is at point-blank range. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. I very much appreciate it. And I will see you for what would be considered, I'll see you for what would be considered part 4 or something else, depending on how this comes out. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. This is DSP News 2nd edition. Take care of yourselves, guys. See you on the next one.